Alright, I know what you're thinking. Dorei-ku the animation, is it underrated, overrated, is it just right, or you don't care about the show? Me personally, I feel like Dorei-ku the animation is somewhat underrated because it's not talked about. It's not that important of a show to watch, or maybe it's because this show hasn't been the whole spotlight of most show to talk about in the new spring of 2018 anime shows. I mean, sure, we got some interesting, good spring animes that talked about a lot, like My Hero Academia, or Darling of the Phoenix, or even new shows like somewhat like Comic Girls, or any new show you guys can think of. Oh, Uma Musume Pretty Derby or Magical Girl Side. You know what I mean? Every new show starts out fresh, and they're most talked about. But this show is not talked at all. I mean, Dorei-ku the animation does bring back nostalgic wonders from the manga, but it weren't really that hyped up anyway. It's not a show to be talked about. It ain't a show to be mesmerized about it. Or it's not one of those shows where you can call your friends every now and then and say, hey, have you seen Dorei-ku the animation? And most of your friends will be like, never heard of it. Some, but overall your friends will be like, never heard of it. That's what this show really is. But give props for this show. I mean, it tried the slave control method, the uncensoredness, if you can see the blood and the, somewhat scenes that you didn't expect to see happen, but who am I to be wrong about it? So, episode 4 of Dorei-ku the animation has been kind of like stating the obvious. I mean, essentially, the whole show is about the main characters and supporting characters, majority supporting characters who participating in this game, but after 4 episodes, it's kind of stating the obvious how inconvenient that they all met, how they all participate in the game, how they all just fit into one bill, you know what I mean? How inconvenient is that? That it was just so obvious that each person who participating in the game was actually gonna be in meeting with the other characters. That's kind of stating the obvious. So episode 4 kind of show that up. It sums up people's backstory as to why they're participating in the game. And that's how Dorei-ku the animation is. Every character who participates in this game has a backstory. And some backstories you'd be like, oh, we're going to forgive him, we're going to forgive her. Oh, that's why she became a bitch. Oh, that's why a guy became an asshole. Shows like that explains everything. And I know deep down some of y'all are like, we're going to forgive her. Like the girl with the eye patch. It explains why she participated in this game and why she told Desire to eat her out. Everything makes sense. So, for those of you who hasn't read the manga, I suggest you should, unless you want more details into it. And the animation is not that a lot of details. It's not really that big. It's not that. It just stating the obvious. I mean, from looking at episode 4, it just covers 3 volumes, and it was happening so fast. It was obviously what's gonna happen eventually. So yeah. So again, I'm sorry. Episode 4 shows the big guy's backstory. You know how last week when he pummeled that woman and kicked the trap character into it? Okay, yeah. It explains his backstory as to why he's like this. So basically, he was some thug who literally punched the girl in the eye, the girl with the eye patch. You know, the blonde hair girl with the eye patch. And some of y'all want to know how she got that eye patch, maybe from doing sex. But really, no. It just explains Zenichi's backstory, how he murdered those 2 guys, hitting their head on the wall. It was kind of funny to watch, seeing how he was an asshole. And it explains why he participating in this game. But how stupid to be in a war slave fight with an animal. Why a dog? Why would you go against a dog? That's gotta be the most stupidest thing in a situation when you have the SEM device in the retainer in your mouth, and you decide you want to go make a slave with a dog. Like why? Why would you fight against a dog or make a deal with the dog? Like did you check his retainer before you battle him? And again, why would you fight a dog? It makes no sense. I mean, dogs are man's best friends, but come on, you're gonna Why? You made a bet with a dog. That's like saying, in the world of SCM, that's like saying, oh, I made a bet with a cat or a cow or a tiger or whatever animal you see in the real world, and you're gonna make a bet with that and you lose. And now that animal's your freaking slave. So when a dog bit you in the nuts, you had it come. He had it coming. The dog Zushi bit him in the nuts, and now he's the slave to a dog. That's what his dumbass gets. He made a bet with a dog and lost. Now he's the dog slave. That's what that dumbass gets. Oh, and give props to the trap character who literally beat the crap out of him with just a brick and just pummeled him. I mean, in the manga you see more of it, but still he just beat him up. Now, again, Zushi is a dog who was raised by the female Light Yagami. Aya? Yeah. A female Light Yagami lookalike. So it kind of stated the obvious that somebody must have put the device on him. Okay, so we're not going to say anything. Now, y'all been thinking about, from the anime's perspective, y'all asking yourself, who is Master Ryuuou? Who is this guy? Who is this person that everybody's trying to figure out? And that's where this comes in play. Where we're all trying to figure out who this person is, who is actually controlling the slaves. How he got all these slaves, 5 slaves into one package, Master Ryuuou. Well, you guys gonna understand more about it. Now, Zero. Okay, Zero. And I don't mean Zero from other anime shows y'all familiar with, but Zero is this guy. I feel bad for Zero. I mean, the routine of his life is just so hard and very complex. I mean, he's living like the actual life of a working man. I mean, a working person. You know, just like he wakes up, takes the night shift, working at a bread factory, and then he just goes home, takes the night shift and I mean, that's like, okay, I get that. That's kind of like the average overnight shift. We get that. So as soon as he goes home, he sees this little boy and talking about participating in this SCM, and he told him about, oh, my father this, my father that. He committed suicide and all that stuff. And he played him so bad. I felt bad for Zero, but come on. Master Ryuuou is a little boy? What? I mean, when I read the manga, I was kind of shocked because I never would have expected that. I would have expected a female, high-class female with that laugh, or a big guy who's kind of a high class wearing a suit and just literally just, I don't know, controlling the ways of making people their slaves, you know. But this kid is actually Master Ryuuou. He got game, and I know me, and I just hate to say that, but he got game. I mean, he got Julia, he got the guy with the glasses. He got game, and I mean that in a good way. But the way how you played the boy though, it was so damn, played him like that, yo. Like, what the hell? And how he played him was just, he put the mouthpiece on, and he thought that guy with the glasses looked like May's shoes he's the driver, but he just played him along like, here's question. We're gonna answer some questions, and whoever wins it all. So they answering questions, but as the question gets better, the little kid stepped up and said, "Oh, I lied. I was just testing you. It's actually my win." So it opened up Zero's mind, because Zero's flashback kind of like, they don't blame him. They accuse him. He got played. Felt bad for Zero. Now, and everything was going out of pocket, and then it just got serious. Zero lost. Now he lost, and now he's Master Ryuuou's slave. This little kid is the master of all things SCM. I mean, from a standpoint, hair color, he kind of got that Asta Black Clover hair. Like, if you've seen Black Clover, you know Asta got that silver kind of hair thing. But when you see Master Ryuuou on the laptop right here, he kind of looks like, I'm not saying he looks like Asta, but he got the hair color for it. You know, I see that, and I don't know why, but I see that in that hairstyle. And that's how it ended. Now, I'm not saying episode 4 was bad. I said it was okay. C average. I mean, I know what they're trying to do, speed things up, and I know the manga's finished, but still, the purpose of this show was trying to speed things up to get to know every character's backstory as to why they were slaves, why they were masters, and I get that. But don't speed it up too fast, because I want to see more and more and more of this anime progresses. I mean, again, it's not that much talked about, but at least give it a try if you prefer. I'm not saying watch it, but if you want to read the manga, go right ahead. So anyways, so that's it. So what did we learn from episode 4? Well, here's what we learned. We learned that little kids can be part of a game. They can manipulate adults with the SCM game, and never underestimate a dog. Man, dogs are really reliable. They can really kick the shit out of you, and they are well trained to defend themselves. That's all you need to know. And if you want to learn about SCM, you can talk to Julio or Master Ryuuou. Either way, we're here to judge. So that's it. So tune in next week for episode 5.